For a massive chain like Walmart to be closing stores right as we enter the busiest shopping season of the year, something really bad must be going on. A few weeks ago, the company's CEO Doug McMillion shared a bleak outlook for holiday sales and warned investors about a profit squeeze. But the fact that the retailer is closing multiple locations and leaving several communities without their local grocery stores just before Christmas is suggesting that the situation is far worse than they are telling us. The truth is that even the biggest retail chain in the United States and the world is bleeding money right now. And today, we're going to expose how deep Walmart's wounds really are. Stay with us till the end of the video. With prices still at the highest levels they've been over 4 decades, American consumers are looking for the best deals they can find during this holiday season. Even 6-figure earners are flocking to Walmart to bargain shop right now. The company said that it gained market share last quarter, driven primarily from upper-income households, who accounted for 75% of the company's gains. Low- and middle-income shoppers have traditionally formed the retailer's core customer base, but after nearly 24 consecutive months of inflation growth, everyone seems to be trying to save on costs. Although customer demand remains solid, people have been spending less. That is causing Walmart's revenue to sharply decline and is forcing executives to take some drastic steps to prevent further losses. 2024 has proven to be a period of intense restructuring for Walmart. Throughout the entire year, the retail titan has been showing signs of struggle. Amid shifting consumer spending patterns and challenges such as high operational costs, the chain has been strategically downsizing its footprint by shuttering underperforming locations. This trend is, in fact, accelerating in December, as another round of store closures is set to take place right ahead of Christmas. Earlier this year, Walmart closed dozens of stores across 12 states. Executives noted that the stores were operating at a loss because the cost to run them was higher than the money they were actually making. In May, major urban centers like Chicago, San Diego, and Portland lost their local Walmart stores. And as the year has progressed, many other locations reported falling revenue and reduced foot traffic. The situation has become so dire that Walmart isn't willing to wait until the end of the holiday season to see if sales at these locations will make up for the losses faced in previous quarters. This is the time of the year when consumer spending typically peaks. People want to buy gifts and groceries for their holiday celebrations. For many businesses, holiday sales are crucial to rebalance their finances. Shutting down multiple locations right now indicates that Walmart has very little confidence that these stores will ever be able to recover. These locations are hurting the company's margins so deeply that Walmart is getting rid of them before the end of the quarter. Executives are fearing that these underperforming stores will dampen the retailer's financial results and lead shareholders to dump Walmart stock. In the coming weeks, dozens of stores will be closed for good across 11 states, with California locations particularly affected. Cities like San Diego, El Cajon, West Covina, Granite Bay, and Fremont will all lose their local Walmart locations. According to the chain's website, closings will also occur in Ohio, Colorado, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Maryland. The full list of impacted locations is yet to be disclosed. For many communities, Walmart was the only affordable grocery retailer in their area. The company's decision comes as a blow for low-income shoppers who will struggle to find essentials during the final stretch of 2024. The most recent closing happened in Huntsville, Alabama, and sparked outrage amongst customers and local authorities. On December the 4th, a Walmart communications director said the store on Oakwood Avenue would exit the area after a thoughtful review process. Lindsay Coulter said the decision was not made lightly. She explained, We have nearly 5,000 stores across the U.S., and unfortunately, some do not meet our financial expectations. Oakwood University Health Community Director Robin Daly pointed out that the next nearest grocery stores are more than 2 miles away, and for many in the community, grocery shopping will get harder. People that don't have transportation don't have cars, Daly stressed. They're going to be going and getting their food from convenience stores, from gas stations, which do not have the fresh produce that they need to be healthy. It usually affects those that are low income. When people don't have access to fresh foods and produce, they live in what's called a food desert. Daly highlighted that this often occurs in vulnerable communities, and the impacts trickle down to affect people's health. CEO Doug McMillion cited weak sales and changing consumer habits as some of the factors driving their decisions. Consumers are so cash-strapped this year that many of them are still paying off debt from last year's holidays. A new survey from Wallet Hub found that nearly 50% of Americans are still paying old holiday debt. That's double the percentage of people doing the same at this time in 2023. People want to have a good holiday, said Ted Rossman, senior industry analyst at Bankrate. They want to celebrate with their kids and other family members and friends. It's one of the two main times of the year that people splurge. The other one would be summer vacation, but holidays are really number one in terms of a big spending spike. And due to the Fed's aggressive interest rate hikes, carrying debt on a credit card has gotten a lot more expensive in 2024, as noted by Chi-Chi Wu, senior attorney at the National Consumer Law Center. Today, the average interest rate on credit cards is now over 23%, which can be hard to keep up with if you don't pay off the balance right away. With the rising cost of everyday necessities, not only are more people carrying a balance these days, but those balances are rising. Wu said, "It's a sign, I think, of consumers struggling financially, barely making it." A separate survey commissioned by Beyond Finance showed that the majority of Americans are feeling financially stressed during the holiday season. 56% of the respondents said they feel pressured to spend money on gifts during the holidays. When asked where they feel the most pressure to spend money on, 71% answered family, 28% said friends, 19% said because of social media. 76% reported experiencing money wounds, that is, emotional stress from financial challenges. People are not just spending less, but they're also preferring to shop online to save on gas and to avoid impulse buys in brick-and-mortar stores. McMillion revealed that the shift toward online shopping has also played a major role in these closures. Customers are opting for delivery or curbside pickup, and fewer shoppers are visiting physical stores. Additionally, the increase in shrink has further strained the financial viability of certain locations, particularly in high theft areas. The truth is that even though Walmart has been posting some upbeat results, the company has been bleeding money over the past 12 months. For instance, during the last quarter, the company reported a 4.8% rise in quarterly revenue. However, its net income dropped by a staggering, get this, 43% compared to the same period in the previous fiscal year. Walmart is far from alone. Several companies have been reporting profit losses and are anticipating a disappointing financial performance in quarter four. The holiday shopping season is pivotal for retailers. While Walmart can survive a weak holiday stretch, many smaller companies depend on strong sales during the holidays to carry them through the following months. Last week, Target said it was forecasting that sales during the final quarter of the year will be flat, which led the company to lower its profit estimates for the year. The retailer also reported a sluggish sales increase of just 0.3% during its latest quarter. As a result, shares of Target plunged 22% last Wednesday, marking its worst trading day in more than 2 years. The chain is in a particularly tough position because its customer base is pulling back on discretionary goods like home decor, electronics, and non-essential clothing in favor of groceries and household essentials. Consumers tell us their budgets remain stretched, and they're shopping carefully as they work to overcome the cumulative impact of multiple years of price inflation. A former Target and Toys R Us executive painted a sobering picture of consumer sentiment during a recent interview with Fox Business on Thursday. Gerald Storch is anticipating a subdued holiday shopping season weighed down by economic and political uncertainties. He said, "It's very clear that consumers are running out of money. They're increasingly stressed by inflation and the exhaustion of their pandemic-era savings." Gerald Storch continued, "When you take a look over the last several years, what you see month after month, everyone talks about the consumers still spending. They might be, but they're spending less than the growth of inflation." When asked about his expectations for the Christmas season, Storch offered a candid response. "I don't expect too much, frankly. I would think that if we can get growth in the 2.5% range, that'll be doing pretty well, and that's not very good. In the heydays there, we'd really want to see something more like 4% type of growth. You have, by the way, the shortest holiday season you can even imagine. So that's against retailers," he added. "So I think it's going to be a pretty weak Christmas," the former Toys R Us CEO expanded. Sadly, we've reached a point where more Americans than ever are just barely scraping by from month to month. A study conducted by Bank of America showed that nearly half of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Researchers highlighted that the proportion of the U.S. population in this financial situation rose by 12% from early 2022 to the second half of 2024, from about 35% to 47%. It is clear that the economic conditions in the United States have been trending in the wrong direction for quite a while. Just look around. The standard of living of the middle class is eroding. Poverty is exploding all over the country. Homelessness in the United States is at an all-time record high, and demand at food banks has returned to pandemic levels. Look around you. For more than a decade, economists have been warning about the exact scenario that we are facing right now. It would be a monumental task for anyone to reverse our economic momentum. After the extraordinary amount of damage that was done over the past 4 years, can this ship be turned in the right direction? Let us hope so. American businesses and consumers can no longer endure all this pain and suffering. We look forward to reading your comments, and thank you for watching.